Well, hey there guys, thanks for joining us. In this video we're going to take a look at my top 5 favorite drummers. Let's rock and roll. Well, hey there guys, welcome to Rock Hard Riffs. This is the guitar channel for the self-taught. That's right guys. And in this video we are going to take a look at my top 5 favorite drummers. And if you guys are new to the channel, please check out our other videos after this one, and if this seems like something you're into, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Alright guys, we can't really mention rock drummers without starting out by mentioning people like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich. These are the big band jazz kind of drummers that were heavy-handed, and they were kind of the forefathers of the big rock drummers that were to come. So Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, we definitely have to salute them. We also have an honorable mention of Rick Allen from Def Leppard. Wow, what an amazing comeback that guy made. And a great drummer on top of that too is Rick Allen. Alright, let's get to our top 5 list. And we start off with, we're going to have 2 players in the top 5, and that's going to be Ringo Starr and Charlie Watts. Ringo, of course, of the Beatles, Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones. You know, I can recognize Ringo's drumming, Beatles, post-Beatles, no matter when, anywhere. I can hear Ringo's drumming. One of its characteristic things is his loose hi-hat. He keeps that hi-hat just a little bit loose. And it's just something about his drumming, I just can recognize it out of nowhere. And Charlie Watts is supposed to be one of the most accurate, time-wise drummers ever, so they say. So, you know, he's in the pocket, keeping it nice and tight, and keeps the band chugging. You almost don't even notice he's there, but that's a great musician right there. So Charlie Watts, not just a drummer, he's also a musician in my opinion. That's number 5. And coming in at number 4, Neil Peart of Rush. There's no denying the influence Neil Peart has had on rock and roll, especially people of my generation and younger all through the years now. Neil Peart just takes it to another level. He's just crazy. He's all over the place. He's more of like a percussionist, I'd say, as well as a drummer. And he really uses those drums like a musical instrument. You hear notes as he goes. With all that complex music, some might say it's way overdone or a little overdone, whichever, but you got to keep in mind that that's a 3-piece, and a lot of the drummers we're going to talk about were from 3 pieces. So again, number 4, Neil Peart, just a gigantic influence. Okay, number 3. Number 3, coming in on my favorites, top 5 favorites, is John Bonham of Led Zeppelin. The original god of the drums, the thunder god. He reminds me of Buddy Rich. He has a gigantic bass drum and just goes to town. They almost have to just pull the microphones back if they want softer drumming, instead of telling him to quiet down, because he's just no controlling John Bonham. He's the original madman on the drums, but some incredibly great beats did he come up with. Really good stuff. Another gigantic influence on rock and roll drumming. Coming in at number 2, that would be Ginger Baker of Cream. Ginger Baker is here's another trio for you guys. Also, Ginger Baker, he was a true percussionist. I highly suggest watching the documentary Beware Mr. Baker. If you can see it, if you can rent it or get it on Netflix or however it is that you watch those kinds of things, really insightful about Ginger Baker. And of course, Clapton is also in that documentary, and he talks about the differences between Ginger Baker and John Bonham and other people. He was just a real true percussionist and another one of those wild men on the drums. So that again, number 2 is Ginger Baker. Who could be our top drummer after all these guys? My top drummer, my favorite drummer, is Stewart Copeland of The Police. Stewart Copeland can make more noise and more sounds and more beats with like a 3-piece drum set than anybody I have ever seen or heard. He is the magic man, Stewart Copeland, on the drum set. If you ask me, a whole lot of The Police has to do with Stewart Copeland's drumming. And there's no denying it if you sit down and listen to it. Now, from what I understand, Neil Peart also had studied or taken lessons from Stuart Copeland in drumming. So I don't think Neil Peart would probably argue with me putting Stuart Copeland at least above him. Maybe, maybe not. It's not that anybody really is above anybody when I do these lists. It's just I try to take an overall look at it. You know, I started off as a drummer. I started playing in elementary school. I played all the way through elementary school, and then in high school I changed to the guitar. But you know, I still have my little drum set here, my little Roland drum set, which if and when my back gets better, you know, I'd love to start playing it again. But for now, I use my Trio Band Creator, Digitech Trio Band Creator, which does a fantastic job. I love that pedal. So there's another shout out for that thing. But anyway, guys, there is my top 5 list of my favorite drummers throughout the years, primarily rock and roll. Let us know who your favorites are and why. Add to the list, guys. I know there are plenty of people out there that you're going to add to the list. Alright, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you have not already. And we will see you next video.